dashboard heat. The radio's playing a slow motion beat. Palm trees blurring in a purple haze, lost in the fever of the summer days. Can you feel the salt upon your skin, where the memory ends and the dreams begin? The ocean is humming a lo-fi tune under the ghost of a paper moon. It's a static summer fading to gray, watching the sunlight drifting away. A VHS vision of blue and gold, a story that's never been fully told. Static summer. The boardwalk is empty, the carnival's gone, but I'm still here, waiting for the dawn. The ice cream is melting, the colors are pale, like a long lost letter in the morning mail. Is away, washing the shore. I don't think I can take it anymore. Just stay in the frame, stay in the light, before we dissolve into the night. Everything is beautiful and tragic.
The suitcases are packed beside the bedroom door. I guess we don't live in this dream anymore. The skyline is waiting, the engine is cold. The stories of us have all been told. I won't beg you to stay, I won't stand in your way. Even though the sky is turning to gray, I'll keep the fire burning did darkness start to fall. I wrap a blanket tight around my weary chest, looking for a place where my spirit can rest. I reach out my hand in the freezing cold and turn the heavy dial of silver and gold. The filament warms and begins to shine, a beautiful amber and vintage design. The shadows retreat from the edge of the room, chasing away the suffocating gloom. Basking in the glow of the old radio, watching the gentle analog rivers flow. The glow of the old radio, steady and warm, my quiet sanctuary inside the storm. I don't need a fire, I don't need the sun. When the midnight magic has just begun, the frequency catches a distant slow jazz band, playing a melody I completely understand. The saxophone melts all the frost on the glass. I'm watching the cynical cold hours pass. It's a physical warmth from a plastic shell, a vintage magic that I know so well. I close my tired eyes and I sink in the chair, breathe in the static in the midnight air. Let the world freeze over in its modern ice. I'm perfectly hidden in this paradise, a glowing dial in the velvet night, making everything feel beautifully right. Basking in the glow of the old radio, watching the gentle analog rivers flow. Old radio, steady and warm, my quiet sanctuary inside the storm. I don't need a fire, I don't need the sun. When the midnight magic has just begun.
I pinch my arm to see if I'm awake, or floating on a painted silver lake. The colors in the room are much too bright, bathing in a soft celestial There's absolutely nowhere else to go. I never thought it could feel this real. A vintage magic that the heart can steal. Feels this real, like a sudden spark, guiding me safely out of the dark. No glitch in the system, no digital seam. I'm completely awake inside of a tree. Feels this real. Feels this real.
The sunlight hits the heavy wooden studio door, casting a golden shadow on the parquet floor. We've been tuning the instruments for half the day, waiting for the cynical mood to wash away. The drummer taps the cymbal with a heavy brush, bringing the entire room into a velvet hush. No sheet music, no heavy corporate demands, just trust in the magic resting in our hands. The red light blinks and the heavy tape begins to roll. We're pouring out the absolute bottom of our soul. No rehearsal, no perfectly calculated plan, just a beautiful connection between man and man. We're laying down the golden session tonight, bathed in the warm and forgiving yellow light. The golden session, flawless and free. A beautiful moment in the analog sea. We're catching the lightning inside of a glass jar, showing the universe exactly who we are. The saxophone whispers a relaxing slow line, untangling the heavy knots along my spine. We're playing off each other in a perfect groove, with absolutely nothing that we need to prove. It's a conversation without a single spoken word, the absolute sweetest music that I've ever heard. A vintage devotion, perfectly clear. I have everything that I need right here. Let the critics analyze and the labels complain. We're washing the logic completely down the drain. A masterpiece painted in black and gold, a beautiful story that never gets sold. We're laying down the golden session tonight, bathed in the warm and forgiving yellow light. The golden session, flawless and free.
as the world is washing away. The heavy clouds are gathering outside the door, and I don't wanna fight the shadows anymore. But then you walk into the darkened room and chase away the artificial gloom. You pull the curtains and you let in the light, making the broken pieces perfectly right. The static fades, the frequency's clear, wiping away every trace of fear. I don't need to worry about the falling rain, as long as you are here to ease the pain. You are the silver lining in the velvet dark, the quiet keeper of the analog spark. The silver lining when the storm is rough, showing me that love is absolutely enough. Let the modern world crumble and fall. I found the beautiful meaning of it all. The synthesizer hums a steady healing chord, a quiet devotion and a sweet reward. You trace the lines of worry off my face and transport me to a beautiful space. We don't need a heavy ironclad shield. The ultimate truth is beautifully revealed. A vintage optimism, steady and deep, a beautiful promise we are going to keep. Let the cynics talk and let the rumors fly. We are reaching for the pastel painted sky. You turn the heavy lead into shining gold, a timeless story that never gets old. You are the silver lining in the velvet dark, the quiet keeper of the analog spark. The silver lining when the storm is rough, showing me that love is absolutely enough. Let the modern world crumble and fall. I found the beautiful meaning of it all. Silver lining through the rain, silver lining washing the We've played 100 tracks upon this tape, a beautiful long and wonderful escape. We've driven through the neon and the pouring rain. We've washed away the shadows and the pain. From the very first hello in the midnight glow to the quietest secrets that we both know, we built a universe from the analog touched the edges of the digital sea and found the core of our geometry. No more searching, no more wandering lost. We've paid the toll and we've paid the cost. Till the very last thread, we've spoken every word that needs to be said. A vintage devotion that will never decay. I'm anchoring my soul to you today, and I will never let go. Through the end of time, I'll hold on to this perfect vintage rhyme. Never let go. When the stars burn out, erasing every single heavy dime. We've written a story, but the gods will read. You are the only oxygen I'll ever need. Never let go. I will always time to stop. The sun was setting on the dashboard glass. I watched the golden hours slowly pass. You had your hand resting softly on mine, a perfect intersection of the grand design. The radio whispered a slow, sweet track. I knew there was no going, never back. But the digital clock kept ticking away, stealing the seconds of the beautiful day. I wanted to unplug the universe machine and freeze us forever inside of the screen. No tomorrow to worry, no past to regret. A beautiful sunset we never forget. I wanted time to stop right there and then, before we had to rejoin the world of men. I wanted time to stop, a permanent pause, breaking all the physical, natural laws, suspended in the ember of the fading light, safe from the coming of the heavy night. We pulled the car to the edge of the bay and watched the city slowly wash away. You looked at me with a soft, quiet smile, telling me we could hide for a while. But gravity pulls and the earth has to spin, and the noise of the morning is bound to begin. I held on to the moment as tight as I could, a beautiful ghost in the analog wood. eternal and sweet escape. I wanted time to stop right there and then, before we had to rejoin the world of men. I wanted time to stop, a permanent pause, breaking all the physical, natural laws. Suspended in the amber of the fading light, safe from the coming of the heavy night. Time to stop. Time to stop. Time to stop. Never grow old.
Turning round and no looking back. We're caught in the middle of a cosmic war, searching for what we were fighting for. The shadows are moving on the bedroom wall, waiting for the kingdoms of the light to fall. But I've got a fire burning in my chest, a heart that will never find its rest. Through the valley of the digital night, I'll be the one to carry the light. Beyond the fear and beyond the pain, I'll call your name again and again. In the name of love, I'll break the sky. In the name of love, I'll never die. I'll cross the border of the great unknown to bring you back to the heart of the throne. Everything I do in the name of love, by the stars above. The wires are humming with a secret code, leading us down this lonely road. 1,000 signals in the electric air, but only one truth that we both share. Don't let the darkness take your soul away. We're the children of the coming day, in the neon garden where the secrets grow. We'll find the power that the others don't know.
sun is down, the streetlights flicker on. The heavy burden of the day is gone. I slip the tape into the dashboard deck and leave behind the modern nervous wreck. We're cruising down the neon avenue. The sky is painted in a velvet blue. The engine hums a perfect steady beat. We're the kings and queens of the empty street. The reflections dance upon the window glass, watching the silver towering buildings pass. We're living in a movie scene by scene, the absolute best that there has ever been. Cassette days in the city lights, chasing the magic of the endless nights. Cassette days, let the ribbon spin. This is the moment where the dreams begin. We're riding the rhythm of a vintage song, knowing exactly where our hearts belong. You turn the volume up and start to sing. We don't care about a single thing. The wind is rushing through your messy hair, blowing away the residue of care. We pass the diners and the crowded bars, reaching for the beautiful hidden stars. A pocket full of freedom, wild and sweet, making the victory beautifully complete. No destination, no heavy plan, just a happy girl and a happy man. We'll drive until the ocean meets the sky and kiss the heavy, cynical world goodbye. Cassette days in the city lights, chasing the magic of the endless nights. Cassette days, let the ribbon spin. This is the moment where the dreams begin. We're riding the rhythm of a vintage song, knowing exactly where our hearts belong. City lights keep shining bright. Cassette days through the velvet night.
I used to walk with a steady stride, with all my secrets tucked away inside. I was the master of the midnight glare, acting like I simply didn't care. I wore the jacket in the dark shades too, to keep the world from getting a view. But then you walked into my neon scene, the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. My heartbeat skipping to a brand new beat. I'm losing my cool in the summer heat. The analog mask is falling to the floor. I don't wanna hide it anymore. It's too late to play it cool tonight. I'm falling for you in the neon light. Too late to play it cool, I'm giving in. Let the real story finally begin. I'm a fool for you, and I don't care who knows. That's just the way the rhythm goes. I'm buying flowers like a teenage boy, feeling a kind of long forgotten joy. I'm driving past your house at 3 a.m., caught in the middle of a waking dream. The synthesizer hums a happy tune under the that's just the way the rhythm goes. Not so cool, but I'm happy now. Not so cool, I've made a vow. Not so cool.
Started with a heavy cloud. The city noises were a little too loud. I spilled my coffee and I missed the train, riding a carousel of quiet pain. The world was painted in a cynical gray, and I just wanted it to wash away. I walked through the door with my armor on, feeling like the light of the sun was gone. But you were standing in the hallway light, making the heavy shadows take to flight. A subtle shift in the atmosphere, making the complicated crystal clear. One little smile is all that it takes to heal the cracks and the quiet aches. One little smile in the neon blue, and suddenly the universe is starting anew. I dropped the defenses and the heavy weight, saved by a beautiful analog fate. We don't need 1,000 dramatic words or songs that the modern ear has heard. A simple curving of your quiet face is enough to save me from outer space. The static is gone from the radio dial, replaced by the warmth of your vintage smile. It's a telepathic wire connecting us to a highway of stars leading straight to you. I'll carry that picture inside of my mind, leaving the cynical logic behind. A quiet sanctuary, soft and deep, the sweetest promise I'm going to keep. One little smile is all that it takes to heal the cracks and the quiet aches. One little smile in the neon blue, and suddenly the universe is starting anew. I drop the defenses and the heavy weight, saved by a beautiful analog fate. Little smile, washing the gray. Little smile, lighting the way. The world outside is a stormy sea, but here with you I'm finally free. The neon flickering on the wall doesn't bother me at all. I close my eyes and I start to drift. A heavy weight begins to lift. Your touch is magic, your breath is gold. The greatest story ever told. We're floating high above the city street, where the earth and heavens meet. No more gravity, no more fear, as long as I can feel you near. It's heaven in your arms tonight, wrapped in the glow of the pale moonlight. It's heaven in your arms, so deep, the promises that we're gonna keep. I've found my paradise, right behind your eyes. The shadows play upon the ceiling fan. I'm part of your celestial plan, a universe in a single kiss. I never knew it could feel like this. The analog pulse of the evening air is whispering that you'll be there, through the static of the radio, where the peaceful spirits go. Higher than the stars above, lost in the frequency of love. I don't ever want to wake up now. I found my peace somehow. It's heaven in your arms tonight, wrapped in the glow of the pale moonlight. It's heaven in your arms, so deep, the promises that we're gonna keep. I found my paradise, right behind your eyes. Heaven in your arms, heaven in your arms. Here I will stay.
The city lights are glowing softly blue. I'm sitting here just thinking about you. The words I didn't say are piling high, like clouds across a lonely winter sky. I know I let the shadows cause a tear. I know I let the static interfere. But sitting in this empty, quiet room, I wanna chase away the heavy gloom. I'm turning back the hands upon the clock, standing at your door about to knock. I'm leaving all my foolish pride behind, hoping that you'll still be soft and kind. Give me just one chance to make it right, to hold you in the middle of the night. Just one chance to rewrite history and show you what you really mean to me. I'll be the steady rhythm in the dark, if you just let me keep this little spark. Rewinding to the very start, to the innocent beating of a digital heart. I'll erase the lines that take you safely through the purple rain. We don't have to let the story fade or throw away the memories we made. Let's just pause the world and take a breath. Save this beautiful romance from death. Just let me keep this little spark. Just one chance. I'm standing here. Just one chance to wipe the colored lights begin to softly drop. The wooden floor is empty, smooth and bare, except for you and me just gliding there. We've rolled around the circle all night long, listening to the fading vintage song. Slipping from my hand, a quiet shifting in the analog sand. The PA system crackles with a heavy sigh, telling us it's almost time to say goodbye. But I wanna keep this motion going on until the breaking of the neon dawn. Please don't skate away into the purple haze. Stranded in these golden days. Don't skate away and leave the floor to freeze. I'm begging you with a gentle, quiet please. Let's make another circle in the dark and keep the embers of this roller spark. If I could, you're looking over with a bittersweet smile, knowing we can only stay a little while. The exit sign is glowing, glowing bright red, a heavy reminder of the things unsaid. I wanna pull you close and hold the line and make this fleeting, beautiful moment trapped inside the ultraviolet rays. Don't unlace the boots, don't walk out the door. I've never wanted any feeling more. Please don't skate away into the purple haze. Don't leave me stranded in these golden days. Don't skate away and leave before the freeze. I'm begging you with a gentle, quiet please. Let's make another circle in the dark and keep the embers of this roller spark. Don't skate away. Don't skate away. Don't skate away till the night is gone.
Coffee shop window is blurred by the rain. We're riding a slow and invisible train. You ask how I am, and I say I'm fine. A perfectly scripted and empty line. We're sitting so close, but we're oceans apart. A strange geometry of the human heart. Not quite together, not fully undone. Just fading away like the setting sun. The cassette is stuck on a permanent pause, trapped in a web with invisible laws. We can't go backward to the golden days, but we can't walk out of the purple haze. Somewhere between hello and goodbye, underneath the fading pastel sky, caught in the middle of a vintage dream, floating adrift on a digital stream. It's a bittersweet limbo, soft and slow, not ready to stay, not ready to go. The jukebox hums a familiar track, a ghost of the past that is pulling me back. I remember the fire of 1983, when it was simply just you and me. But time is a solvent that washes the pain, making the memories fuzzy and faint. Now we are strangers with secrets to share, breathing the static in the empty air.
oceans or climb the hills. We were just looking for the neighborhood thrills. A couple of coins for the arcade machine, the greatest heroes that the town had seen. We didn't drive the fastest cinematic cars, we just laid on a roof and looked at the stars. Our victories were quiet, our empires were small, but we thought we were the kings of it all. The physical world didn't know our names, we were just playing our innocent games. But the gravity felt so light and so free, just a vintage version of you and me. We had pockets full of youth and analog dreams, floating along on the digital streams. Pockets full of youth, unbothered and bright, ruling the kingdom of the velvet night. We didn't need the silver, and we didn't need gold. We had a beautiful story that never gets old. The Rhodes piano plays a comforting line, transporting me back to a different time. We drew our names on the denim we wore and promised to be friends forevermore. The static was low and the frequency clear. We hadn't learned the spelling of the modern fear. A sanctuary built out of laughter and trust before the illusions all crumbled to dust. On my face, but my analog spirit is still in that place. A quiet rebellion, soft and deep, a beautiful promise I am going to keep. We had pockets full of you and analog dreams, floating along on the digital streams. Pockets full of you, unbothered and bright, kingdom of the velvet night. We didn't need the silver, and we didn't need gold. We had a beautiful story that never gets old. Pockets of you, walking the street. Pockets of you, making it complete. We're floating in a sea of indigo blue. I see the entire galaxy in you. There is no clock and there is no time, just the steady rhythm of a perfect rhyme. We've been here before in a different life.
watch the centuries slowly pass. I don't need a future, I don't need a past. I found a moment that was built to last. Every I love you is a brand new start, beating in the center of my analog heart. A masterpiece painted in light and air, finding our sanctuary goes where the river of the universe flows. No beginning and no final day. We're never gonna fade away. It's never ending, the way that I feel. A vintage magic that is absolutely real. Never ending, like a circle in the sand. The quiet warmth of your holding hand. No goodbye, no final scene. Just a beautiful space in between. Never ending. Never ending.
The dashboard clock is glowing 4 a.m. I'm replaying the memories again. I see you standing by the taxi door, with the rain coming down in a heavy pour. You gave me a look that was asking why. Under the heavy, unforgiving sky. But pride is a poison and a foolish friend, and I just watched the beautiful story end. The static on the line is all I hear, a punishment for every hidden fear. I'm trying to rewind the broken tape, but there is no longer any sweet escape. I should have said it when I had the chance. I should have asked you for a final dance. I should have pulled you in and held you tight, instead of walking away into the night. 3 little words caught up inside my throat. Now I'm just a ghost in a winter coat. Past the places where we used to hide, with a heavy emptiness sitting inside. The diner's closed, the neon sign is dead, just like the beautiful things I never said. I thought that playing it cool would make me strong, but I've never been so completely wrong. Now I'm talking to the shadows on the wall, waiting for a voice that will never call. instead of walking away into the night. Three little words caught up inside my throat. Now I'm just a ghost in a winter cold. Should've said it, now you're gone. Should've said it, and I'm all alone. The city is a grid of shadows and of gray. I'm trying hard to wash the heavy noise away. I'm sitting in the dark with a heavy, tired mind, looking for a peace that is very hard to find. I reach across the desert, turn the silver wheel, looking for a station that will tell me how to feel. The static is an ocean, heavy and profound, until I finally catch the anchor of the sound. The interference drops and the melody is clear, wiping away every residue of fear. A voice comes through the speaker, lonely and so deep, a beautiful promise that the airwaves keep. I am just a midnight receiver tonight, basking in the warmth, the artificial light. A midnight receiver, tuning to the blue, looking for a signal that will lead me back to you. I don't need the daylight, I don't need the sun, when the analog magic has only just begun. The synthesizer plays a comforting slow drone, reminding me that I am never truly alone. The DJ spins a record from 1983, a beautiful message meant exclusively for me. I close my tired eyes and lean into the chair, breathing the electricity, resting in the air. A vintage sanctuary made of plastic and wire, burning with the quiet, everlasting fire. Let the other people sleep in their heavy beds. I've got a million melodies playing in my head, a masterpiece painted in static and gold, a beautiful story that never gets old. I am just a midnight receiver tonight, basking in the warmth, the artificial light. A midnight receiver, tuning to the blue,
The grid is alive with a heavy electric hum. We're marching perfectly to a brand new drum. I've got my favorite jacket and my silver shoes, ready to wash away the residual blues. You grab my hand and we run to the street, matching the rhythm of the analog beat. The signs are flashing in magenta and green, the absolute finest movie that I've ever seen. No time for sitting and no time to wait. We're pushing right through the heavy iron gate. The static is gone, the frequency is clear. We've totally forgotten the spelling of fear. We are neon hearts in motion tonight, bathed in the ultraviolet light. Neon hearts in motion, wild and free. A beautiful drop in the digital scene. We're spinning around in a vintage groove with absolutely nothing we need to prove. The funky guitar plays a happy bright hook. I'm ripping the pages from the cynical book. We're weaving through the crowd on the avenue, painting the city in an indigo blue. The AA batteries are bringing us to life, cutting through the tension like a silver knife. A pocket of freedom incredibly sweet, making the victory beautifully complete. Let the heavy world worry about the coming dawn. I'll keep this magical energy moving on. A beautifully painted cinematic scene, the absolute best that there has ever been. We are neon hearts in motion tonight, bathed in the ultraviolet light. Neon hearts in motion, wild and free. A beautiful drop in the digital sea. We're spinning around in a vintage groove with absolutely nothing we need to prove. Hearts in motion, keep the rhythm fast. Hearts in motion, the magic lasts.
The sun is sinking past the concrete line, a beautiful geometry, a perfect design. The city is waiting in the twilight gray, ready to wash the heavy daylight away. I stand on the balcony and watch the show, waiting for the amber and the yellow glow. The invisible conductor raises up his hand to wake up the absolute kings of the land. One by one, the filament starts to burn, waiting patiently for its beautiful turn. A chain reaction down the avenue, painting the shadows in a velvet blue. It's a streetlight symphony, playing in the dark, fueling the fire of the analog spark. A streetlight symphony, organized and sweet, playing to the rhythm of the empty street. I don't need the violins, whispers a sophisticated line, untangled in the heavy knots along my spine. The traffic is humming, a supporting chord, a quiet victory and a sweet reward. The millions of people are the audience tonight, basking in the warm and forgiving yellow light. A vintage devotion perfectly clear. I have everything that I need right here. Let the world rush by in its heavy, cold maze. I'm perfectly lost in the analog days. Oh, masterpiece built out of metal and glass, watching the beautiful, heavy hours pass. It's a streetlight symphony, playing in the dark, fueling the fire of the analog spark. A streetlight symphony, organized and sweet, playing to the rhythm of the empty street. I don't need the violins, I don't need the brass. I'm watching the beautiful cinematic hours pass. Symphony, symphony, symphony. Through the velvet night,